All right. Welcome everyone to week 2 of the challenge. This week we are working on high protein meals, and so that's what we're going to be talking about today in today's call. Hopefully the first week for all of you guys went well. Sounds great. Right on. Thank you for joining. And hi, Elena. Yeah, hard. Yeah. Yeah, we were just talking about how the first week of steps went. And it's a challenge. That's what a challenge is for, right? Is to push people out of their comfort zone to get their steps in. If you were not able to reach the 10,000, you are not a failure. Majority of people really do average around like the 5,000. So great job for pushing yourself to whatever you could get in. And yeah, keep pushing. And this is something that I slowly work on with my clients. Like it's not like we're jumping straight to the 10,000 right out of the gate. But this is a little different, right? We're doing a challenge. So I'm pushing you guys to push a little harder. But if you were unable to complete the 10,000 daily, you're not a failure. You are not a failure. Keep going. And yeah, I want to push you guys to continue to work on those 10,000 steps this week as we add in the high protein. All right. So let me take a quick. There we go. All right. I'm going to share. We're going to share. I'm going to put the guide up again. Share desktop. All right. Here we go. All right. So we are back in the challenge guide. Can everybody see this? Let me know in the chat if you can see this. Can you guys see the guide? Can you give me a
Yeah,
yes?
I can see it.
Okay, yay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I'm gonna keep this little screen up. Present. Yeah, so we already went over some of this, but we'll kind of go back through the challenge rules again. In order to be eligible to win, you must complete the following, right? You got to post a picture of you hitting your daily goals at the end of the week. So you don't have to post it daily. But I love that a lot of you guys did because that really helps to keep you accountable and keep you motivated and do the same for others as well. Um, so this week we'll be taking pictures of our high protein meals, or if you track your food in like the Chronometer app or my Fitness Pal or something like that, you can take screenshots of your meals. You could even, if you forget to take a picture, which some people did on their steps, that's totally fine. You can just kind of like list off in your comment what you ate for the high protein meal that day. And then you must complete the end of challenge survey and extra points for anyone that posts more pictures of you guys eating your protein, getting your water in, anything that helps to motivate others. Gosh, where is that thing? I'm trying to get this. Here we go. In case anybody were to enter. Okay. So let's see. Whoops, back here. So week 1, right, was shooting for really the 10,000 steps, was saying at least 8,000, but whatever it is to push yourself to get more steps in was a great way to challenge yourself. Now we're moving on to week 2, which is 2 high protein meals and a protein shake or bar, or 3 high protein meals if you can. So whatever you prefer, as long as you're getting like basically 3 high protein options in, right? 2 high protein meals and a shake or bar, or 3 of those high protein meals, because you don't have to use protein shakes or bars if you don't want to. It's actually better to get all your protein from whole foods. So you do not need a shake or bar, but they are very helpful. So whichever you prefer, I want to push you to continue to work on the steps. That's where you're going to see the most success, right? We're trying to lay this foundation of habits, and getting those steps in daily is what really helps us to burn a lot of calories and helps us with our fat loss goals and so many other things like digestion and just overall health. So yeah, continue with that. You no longer have to post that picture. Now you just have to post the pictures for your high protein meals or screenshots of what you're tracking or a food log or whatever you'd like. I will push you guys to be drinking your water, but we don't have to post that until next week. Let's see. So yeah, we're working on these foundational habits, right? All these habits that we are working on is what successful people that have lost weight and kept it off do daily. Maybe they're not perfect, right? But 80% of the time, they are hitting their steps and they're hitting their protein and they're hitting their water and more things on top of that. But these ones are really big foundational ones right here. Um, and yeah, it's just key that you take intentional habits to work on this, but don't expect to be perfect, right? That's okay if you miss a day. Does anybody remember what the theme of this challenge is? One of the themes. You can put it in the chat if you want. If you forgot, that's okay, and I can tell you what it was. But it has something right about not being perfect, right? Yes, thank you, Radon. Consistency. It's about being consistent, right? That's the big thing. We're not expected to be perfect because you're not going to be. I am not perfect. I'm a nutrition coach, right? I'm certified in many subjects, and I, for one, am not perfect. So that is what changed my life was realizing that I didn't have to be perfect. I just had to be consistent like 80, 90% of the time. So if you've fallen off, that's okay. It happens. It's normal. Get back in. That's what this challenge is for. Like that's as a nutrition coach, that's what I do for my clients, right? I'm checking in with them. I'm keeping them accountable. I'm motivating them. And that's what this challenge is kind of set up like is we're having weekly calls in this challenge like I do with my clients, and that's what we're checking in and we're like, how's everything going? Come on, let's get motivated. It's okay if you're not perfect, right? We just got to be consistent. So that's what I'm pushing you guys to do is work on consistency. So yeah, we worked on steps last week. Now we're just working on getting that protein in, like we talked about, actively participate in the challenge group discussion and start posting those protein meals. I posted the new thread inside the True North Nutrition Facebook group. And that's where you guys can start to post your protein meals. If you want to continue to post your steps, if that keeps you accountable, please do it. I can't remember if I already said that, but yeah, if you want to keep posting your steps, you are more than welcome to do that. Whatever helps you guys to keep on top of it. Obviously, these dates changed. Honestly, I like the noon. Well, it's noon for you guys, one for me, but I like this time better. So if you guys like this, I'll do another poll in the Facebook group to see what time you guys want next week. And I'm happy to do these times more than the 7 at night for me and 6 at night for you guys. Okay, we already talked about our steps. So yeah, remember we have our total daily energy expenditure, and that's what all of these 4 things make up as our total daily energy expenditure, which is just the amount of calories that you need in a day. And we've already talked about this last week, but I just want to touch on the BMR, right? Your BMR is also your metabolism, and it represents 70% of your total calories burned in a day, right? Steps were super important because they represent 15%, and then your exercise is only 5%. So exercise is very important, lifting weights specifically because lifting weights builds muscle and that boosts this 70%. You can raise it, your BMR. But things like cardio and stuff, they're just burning calories in the moment. When you when you build muscle and boost your metabolism, you're burning more calories daily sitting on the couch doing nothing because you're speeding up that metabolism versus cardio, you're just doing it in the moment of. Anyways, the reason I'm talking about this to do with protein is because eating protein helps build muscle as well, which is going to help speed up your metabolism and give you that nice body that you want and help you to lose weight. So that's one reason protein is very important. Here we have some protein ideas. This is really just basic, right? I gave you guys the meal ideas guide, which is inside the Google Drive. If you guys have not gotten access to that or don't know what I'm talking about, let me know. For those of you that are watching the recording, you can post it and ask about it in the Facebook group, message me, whatever you want. But that will give you some meal ideas. This is just going to talk about protein. So lots of different options, right? We've got steak, and there's many different versions of steak, right? There's ribeyes, there's sirloin steak, there's flank steak. Ribeyes in New York's are a fattier steak and they're going to be higher in fat, which means higher in calories. It's not necessarily bad, but it's just something to think about if you count your calories. Things like sirloin steak and flank steak and tri-tip steak are a better option that not better, I should not say better, but they are lower in calories, higher in protein. So depending on your goals, that may be something you want to work on. Ground beef, right? You want to try to get, the lower the fat content, the higher the protein's going to be and the lower the calories are going to be. So if you're getting ground beef, shooting for that leaner ground beef that's 95% is going to be lower in calories and higher in protein. Then we have chicken breast, chicken thighs. Those are both great options. Chicken breast will just be lower in calories. There's ground turkey. Same goes for, right, the more lean you get, the more protein you'll get. There's roast. Wild game is such a great option, right? That's like the OG organic grass-fed meat right there. Um, yeah, no worries, Radon. Thanks for hopping on. So wild game is awesome for that, especially like steaks and stuff coming from wild game, right? Then we've got turkey, we've got lamb, we've got salmon, cod, halibut, mahi-mahi, tilapia, shellfish, canned tuna. I love Costco's canned tuna. That's 40 grams per can, which is awesome. Chicken sausage. I love getting like chicken sausage from Costco. Like that's such an easy thing to have in your freezer for those nights when you don't feel like cooking. We've got pork chops, pork loins, turkey bacon, jerky. I love getting jerky from Winco or Costco has both the Old Trapper brand, which is I like, and yeah, really easy option and a lot more affordable at Costco and Winco. We've got eggs, we've got egg whites, we've got cottage cheese, Greek yogurt. I like the Fabergé, I think is how you pronounce it. And then like whole milk or edamame. And like whole milk, there's not just whole milk, but there's the Fairlife milk that tends to be higher in protein, which is a great option. And yeah, that's where we're gonna go right there. I'm gonna exit out of this and I'll talk a little bit more about protein. But yeah, workouts has, if any of you guys have started to work on the workouts, I really hope you have, as that's really going to help you with building muscle, like we talked about in the TDEE, and speed up your metabolism. And right now, this, consuming more protein is really going to add to you being able to build muscle from your workouts. So highly suggest and push that you guys try out these workouts if you haven't. Lifting weights is where it's at, and that will change your life. So, I'm actually just gonna kind of stay here and just talk more about protein because I'm gonna keep sharing my screen. So high protein, right? That's what we're working on right now. So protein is the building blocks for our muscle, our skin, our hair, our organs. So if you guys are working on, skincare, I know a lot of people do, like protein is one of the best things for your skin to have nice skin. So to find out how much protein you should be consuming in grams if you are tracking your food is to take your body weight and say someone was 180 pounds and they wanted to get down to 140. The goal of protein that you would be 1 gram of protein per goal body weight. So if someone was 180, they wanted to get down to 140, they should reach for 140 grams. If you're like me, like I'm 130 right now, and I'm gonna cut a little for summer, nothing big. But yeah, I shoot for 130. If you are not someone that tracks protein, so you're not like really or calories in general, so you don't really understand grams, what you want to do is make sure that you're shooting for a fist size of protein at each meal, and that should help you to get somewhere around your protein goal. Yeah, at each meal, a fist size for protein. And honestly, so many people under consuming protein. So I say this all the time, like when you think you're eating enough, you're not. Like add more protein. And meats are going to be the best bang for your buck of getting your protein in. So then you're going to want to figure out like what a high protein meal is for your body, right? So like I said, fist size for those people that aren't tracking, but if you do track, like me, right? I'm shooting for 130 grams of protein. So I know that I'm going to take in 3 meals today. And what I would do is take 130 and then I would divide that by 3. So then that comes out to 43 grams of protein. So that's what I want to shoot for each meal, to be around like 43 grams of protein. But I like to, take in protein shakes because that it just makes it easier for me to hit my protein target. So instead of the 43 grams a day, right, I can go back to knowing that my goal for my body weight is 130 grams. Then I'm going to take in like a protein shake that would be like 30 grams of protein. So I'll get rid of the 30. Now I have just 100. So then I could do 100 divided by 3. And that's like 33 grams. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I would want to do 33 grams of protein. With my protein shake, that would get me to the 130 grams. For those of you that aren't tracking, again, the fist size of protein coming from meat, right? All these options that I'm talking about. And then maybe a protein shake or a protein bar on top of that. Let's see. So we talked about, yeah, the 3 meals around protein plus a shaker bar. A great way to plan out your meals. Oh, let me see question. Too much protein. Okay, the question is there such a thing as getting too much protein? Like if you eat too much, will you not lose weight? No. The more the merrier. You can overdo it unless you have like kidney issues or something like that. You don't want to be overdoing it in protein. Or if it causes you digestive issues, you don't want to eat too much of protein. Those are the only reasons, but no, like you're only going to have success from eating a bunch of protein. Yeah. And a lot, like if you do start to have, like say you start to eat a lot more protein right now, you guys, and you do start to have some digestive issues, you might have to pull back a little bit. If you start to have like diarrhea or constipation, you may have gone too high in protein. So like with my clients, I'm easing them in. Like a lot of people come to me around like maybe 60 grams of protein a day. And majority of women are taller than me, right? And my goal is 130. Majority of women are more up like needing to get like 140, 150, things like that. So if I really ease them into it so that we don't have to have digestive issues. So if you do, just pull back a little bit on the protein. And then yeah, a great way to like plan out your meals is like, okay, for dinner this week, I'm going to do steak, right? And for lunch, I'm going to do chicken breast. And for breakfast, I'm going to do like eggs and egg whites. So then like you plan your meal out, like your eggs and your egg whites. What can I add to this to make it a complete balanced meal? Because complete balanced meals are great for our hormones and balancing our blood sugar. So we could add avocado to that and maybe some toast or something, right? Which balanced meals are protein, fiber, fat, carbs, and color. And having those balanced meals are what is going to keep your blood sugar stable and keep you full and satiated throughout the day. Versus if someone were to just to have oatmeal for breakfast. Not that oatmeal's bad. I eat oatmeal a lot, especially on the days that I'm working out because I need those carbs to help fuel my workouts. But if I just eat oatmeal, that carb is going to break down real quickly into glucose into my body. And then it's going to spike my blood sugar up from that. And then it's going to bring it back down really quickly. And then I'm going to be hungry in like an hour or something. So having those balanced meals, I think that was a cross between meal and foods going on there. Having those balanced meals of protein, fiber, fat, carbs, and color is going to help you to stay satiated so that you aren't hungry. It's going to keep your blood sugar nice and stable so you aren't having a roller coaster throughout the day. And as you've heard, like everyone says breakfast, like, right, the most important meal of the day. Like, yeah, there is some validity to that, as in it's what sets the tone of your blood sugar for the day. So yeah, then for lunch, right, we're doing turkey breasts. I'm like, okay, what do I want to do? Or chicken breasts. What do I want to do with that? I've got my protein source. Now I plan out the other things. Okay, I'm gonna do like a teriyaki bowl. So I'll add like that picture that I posted in the thread today. That's exactly what that is like I did some shredded carrots and some shredded cabbage and some rice, and then I put some teriyaki sauce to make it taste good and some sriracha. Um, then for dinner, I would do like steak and maybe some pasta and some veggies or something, or steak and potatoes and some sort of broccoli. Like pick out your meat sources, and that's how you should build your meals and plan your meals. Don't plan around other sources, if that makes sense. And like your meals don't have to look perfect and they don't have to look beautiful. Like I know the picture I posted today is like pretty and colorful, and that is really good to have all those colors. My meals don't always look like that, and that's okay. It doesn't always need to look perfect. You just need to make sure you're getting at least your protein in and as best you can try for those balanced meals. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to know that something is high protein. This is a little tool, a little trick you can use. So we're going to go with peanut butter because I want to talk about peanut butter. So let's see. Or wait, nutrition label. Let's go images. Okay, we have a nutrition label for Skippy peanut butter right here. Okay, so contrary to what a lot of people believe, peanut butter is not a good protein source. Yes, it has protein in it, and you can definitely eat peanut butter. Don't take that in as I'm saying don't eat peanut butter because I eat it too. But I don't want you to think that this is like oh cool, for like breakfast I just had some peanut butter and toast and had some protein. That's not the case. So to know that something is high protein option is you're gonna go to, let's see if I can make this even bigger. Oh, well, okay, this is what we're getting. So we got 190 calories, right? And then we have protein is at 7 grams of protein. So the little tool you're going to do is on your nutrition label, you're going to look at 7 grams. You're going to add a 0 to it, okay? That's going to give us 70. Now you want this protein number with the added 0 to equal to or be more or around the calories. So our calories are 190, right? Versus 70 because we added that 0. So the calories are a lot more, right? Which means this is not a high protein option. It has protein, and that protein will definitely go towards your protein count for the day, but it's not a whole lot. So 70 is right less than half of 190, so not a lot. You'll still get 7 grams of protein. That's great, but you're taking in a lot more calories to get your protein in versus a different option that I'll show you guys in a second. Also, just another fun fact is like 2 tablespoons. That really means like 2 tablespoons that you like those little measuring spoons, not like the spoons in your guys' like kitchen drawer. A lot of the times people will think that, and then like you just take a spoon of like 2 and it's usually heaping and over. And so it ends up being a lot more than just 190 calories. And if you are tracking, the best way to track is to track in grams versus tablespoons because that's going to be even more accurate. So let's see. Now we're going to do like, so we had, right, that was 190 calories for 7 grams of protein. If we did like chicken breast, you're going to get right here, right? We've got 140 calories versus 25 grams of protein. We add that 0 to the end of the 25 and we get 250, and we compare 250 to the calories, which is it's over. So this is a great high protein source. So this is how you guys can start to look at your nutritional labels. And then one last one that I just kind of wanted to touch on is like an egg nutrition label. Now, eggs are a great option. They are a protein source, right? Because we add the 0, we get 60, comparing it to the calories of 70. Also want to note, like, this doesn't mean it's 60 grams from adding 0. This is just a little tool. It's still only 6 grams of protein. So, but we add the 0, 60, it's basically right there. That's a good protein source, but it's only 6 grams of protein. And if you remember, I have to eat around like 30 to 40 grams of protein per meal to hit my goal. A lot of women are only eating maybe 1 to 2 eggs, so that's only 12 grams of protein. So you're definitely going to have to add in some other food sources for you to be able to hit that protein goal for that breakfast meal. Um, but yeah, you could do, right, a couple fried eggs and toast and a protein shake. You could do an egg and some egg whites because the protein in eggs is all in the egg whites. So egg whites will really help you to get your protein up there. You could do a piece of toast with peanut butter, as we talked about peanut butter, right? And then some egg whites. Just, right, finding different ways to pair things together. But yeah, remember that unfortunately, an egg is not a lot of protein. It's a good protein source, but you have to eat a few of them to get your protein up there. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. So, there is something called a complete protein. And what that is something that has all 9 essential amino acids. So there's a total of like 20 amino acids out there. 11 of them are non-essential, meaning our body can make those, but 9 of them are essential, meaning we can't make those and we have to get those in through our nutrition. And so meats are the complete proteins that have those essential amino acids, and that's why meat products are going to be the best for you. For vegetarians and for vegans, like there really only is like there's like a few things like tofu and quinoa and things like that that will help you that are complete proteins. But like you'll see vegans and vegetarians, they put rice and beans together to get a complete protein. And if you think about it, like you're eating a lot more calories to get that protein versus just eating that chicken breast. So that's why meat is a much better option. And complete proteins are just, they're essential for our body and they're what helps us to create that, build that muscle. And that's the whole reason for consuming protein. So we're going to talk about protein powders. And the supplement industry is very highly underregulated, as in, like, it's so bad that literally there was meth in some pre-workouts. Like, it's that crazy. So they can get away with stuff so easily. And so this is just a little food for thought of when you're purchasing protein powders. If you are purchasing something that's cheaper, there's usually a reason why it's cheaper. They're the better quality protein supplements are going to be more in money, but you get what you pay for. And if you want to get the most bang for your buck, you're going to want to give a little buck, right, to get the good stuff. And the reason for is like if you're buying these cheaper ones, a lot of them will say like 2 scoops. If anyone gets protein powder from Costco, I know there's, I think like Orgain is like a 2 scooper one. And that right there is like, okay, so you have to get 2 scoops, if you use 2 scoops to get 25 grams of protein versus these better quality product ones like Legion or Organifi, which Legion is the one that I'm affiliated with that I highly suggest. Organifi, not affiliated with them, but they're a great one as well. Or First Form's another one, any Thorne products. But the reason that, right, so like you're going to get Orgain from Costco and it's taking 2 scoops versus Legion or Organifi that's only 1 scoop. So basically, like, yeah, you're paying less, but you're using more, so you're not really paying less. And when it says 2 scoops, that means there's a bunch of filler stuff in the product that you necessarily like, there's just a bunch of junk added to it that you don't want. You also want to search for third-party tested supplements. Like I said, supplement industry very underregulated. So the way to know that you are getting a good quality protein supplement is that it says NSF, Labrador certified, BSCG, and USP verified. And that's where you know that this supplement was actually third-party tested and what it is claiming is in there is actually in there. And the exact numbers of what they're saying as well. Versus all these other ones are like over claiming. There was like a Harvard study done on like 57 different protein powders, and only 10% of them came back with having actually what was in it that they claimed. There was like all the other ones didn't have what was in there, had extra stuff, and yeah. And protein powders are very well known for having heavy metals in them. So these third-party tested ones are also ones that don't have a bunch of heavy metals in them, which is super important. When getting a protein powder, what you want to look for on your nutritional label is that it says it's a whey isolate protein powder. And the reason for that is because whey isolate is the most bioavailable, meaning that our body is going to be able to absorb it and actually use it into our body versus like these other ones. There's like blends. You don't want to blend. That means you're not really going to get all that protein that it's saying that's in there. So whey isolate is one of the best. Cheaper is definitely usually not better. Um, and then like Premier Protein Shake, that's another one. Did I talk about that? I don't even know if I talked about that yet. But that's one at Costco that a lot of people consume, I know. And you'll notice if you look on the ingredients of that, like I think it's a blend or something as well. So whey isolate is what's going to help you the most. Fairlife at Costco is a good option. And they taste great. And then, yeah, let's see. Yeah, something else that happened that was crazy is at Target, they tested like 12 of their protein powders there, and only one came back through the third party testing of actually having what it was claiming. And then like all the other ones didn't have what they said, and they had like they had ingredients in there that they couldn't even identify what was in the supplement. So spending more money is where you're going to get more bang for your buck. And a lot of people do need to supplement with a protein powder to be able to reach their goals. It really does help them. And like I said, I love Legion. Organifi is a great one too. First Form is a good one. And I can think of some other ones for you guys if you'd like. I love Legion. If you guys want to try it, you can get 20% off. I have been consuming them for over 6 years and I just became an affiliate with them. So it's not like I'm just like, yeah, go try Legion. Like I actually love them. They taste so good. I love the Dutch chocolate. When you mix it with milk, it tastes just like chocolate milk. And they're just such an amazing company. Like this is how amazing they are. I have been ordering for them for a long time, recommending it to my clients, and I always get their 5 pound bag, which is not cheap. It's gonna be like $140, but per serving, that actually comes out to being cheaper than the Fairlife protein shakes at Costco. You just invest more in the beginning, but you do save money, and it's better quality. Because I don't know how if Fairlife is even third party tested. But when I ordered a Dutch chocolate a couple years ago, it came back and it tasted horrible to me. And I was like, what is going on? And like they always taste really good. And so I contacted them. And because of that, they were so amazing. They literally just sent me another free 5 pound bag. And so if you don't like their protein powder, you can contact them. You can exchange it for another one or get your money back. And then I tried their Dutch chocolate and peanut butter. They just had like a weird batch is what happened. And the weird batch still had not been already gone through yet. And so it tasted weird again. I emailed them again and they'd sent me another free 5 pound bag. So they sent me over $250 worth of protein for free because it tasted weird to me. And like they're just so amazing. The guy that runs the company, his name's Mike Matthews, and he's very well known in the nutrition field, just having a lot of integrity and creating great products. And one time too, I like didn't get my protein powder for like 4 days, like 4 days late, and they just sent me a free $25 gift card. So they're amazing. If you order through them, if you want to, let me know. I can give you the link and the discount code. I'll actually post it in the Facebook group as well this week. Um, and yeah, create account. That is really important that you do that. And then if you use my code, you'll get the 20% off. You'll also get double points back, and those points really do add up to get more. And I think they're doing like a buy one, get one 50% off right now. So great deal going on. What do I think of plant protein? I think I saw Legion has some. Yeah, I have not tried theirs. Plant protein can be a great option for people if they have issues with like whey, because some people just don't do well with dairy. So yeah, that's a great option if you don't do well with it. You're gonna you're gonna get more bang for your buck. It's gonna be more bioavailable to get the animal, the whey isolate. But plant protein is a great option if you can't. I know Organifi's is really good too, that a lot of people like their plant protein. I had it a long time ago and I remember liking it. I just haven't in a while. But again, these protein powders are a lot more than you're just going to find at Target or Costco or something because They're third-party tested and you're getting what you pay for. Let's see, I think that is about it. Does anybody have any other questions on protein or anything that we just talked about? You can put it in the chat, you can unmute yourself, anything. Or if anybody has any questions about anything else about the challenge, yeah. Okay, guys, I don't think anyone has any questions. And I think that's all I had. Make sure I went through everything. So yeah, great job this week. You guys are doing awesome. Let's keep working on those steps. And we don't have to post our steps, we just have to post our protein. But yeah, let's now add in these two high protein meals or three or with, sorry, two high protein meals with a protein shake or bar or three high protein meals. All right. Thank you guys. And I'll talk to you guys all next week or in the Facebook group. Okay. Bye, guys.